Start your journey today by liking, subscribing, and sharing our YouTube channel, KnowledgeWell Media, or by going to our Square site at knowledgewell-media.square.site and perusing over the available content and information. Also by submitting your email at the bottom of the Square site page in the Stay in the Loop section to receive priority information, specials, and other insider details. Or by signing up for a 1-hour consultation to tailor your specific educational needs in beginning your journey. You may do so at the aforementioned Square site, once again at knowledgewell-media.square.site. Here are a few other items in demand on our Square site. The Person Defined series, a 9-part video lecture series, comprehensively outlining the scheme to artfully deceive mankind into trading away his birthright, his natural liberties, and inherent rights. Pre-orders for The Yellow Bricks of Emerald, the first edition, offered presently as an ebook only. This book comprehensively uncovers the legal schemes, past, present, and future, of the elite powers and the U.S., subjecting American citizens to servitude and allegiance due to their own ignorance. The KnowledgeWell Video Lecture Series Trust Course, a comprehensive lecture series educating on the history, effects, and administration of the wealth-preserving, asset-protecting, private commercial entity known as a trust. Plus, we have our very own template and instructions to help you set up yours. And, coming soon, our apparel and product store for all things KnowledgeWell, including shirts, hats, jackets, cups, bumper stickers, and more. For all this and much, much more, as well as for any questions or comments, email to knowledgewell4u@gmail.com or go to our Square site at knowledgewell-media.square.site. And now, you've been made free. What are you going to do with it?
All right. How's everybody doing out there? Thank you for being here. Happy, what is this? September the 15th, 2024. Thank you all for being here. Make sure that you hit the thumbs up button as you come on in. I apologize for the camera setup and all that. I've been trying to work on that. Let me know that you can hear me, first of all. Trying to set up the camera. We got a new camera going. It looks kind of strange to me, but I don't know. You can let me know how it looks to you. Constantly trying to improve. Again, thank you all for being here. I was also simultaneously trying to get us back up on TikTok here. And as you may or may not know, we were issued our first strike. Yeah, so I'm used to, like, while talking, sometimes I'll cruise with the camera on. And all right, sounds and looks great. Loving the natural looking light. All right, to me it just looks kind of blurry. I'm not sure why. I guess if it translates well to everybody else out there, that'll work. Hear you just fine. Everything looks great. Thank you, Terry Camp, for being here, and thank you for letting me know. All right, not sure where the rest of the family is. I'm assuming that they will mosey on in. I hate for people to miss anything that we cover here. You may notice by the sound of my voice, and been going through a little bit, to be transparent. Sometimes it's hard to get going. It's hard to get going. Life throws you some curveballs, and you want to be, or at least I want to be, consistent with you and keeping up with the times that I say I will go on and things like that. But sometimes life just keeps going. It just keeps coming at you. You got to figure out how to maneuver around it. And so I guess just give me a little bit of time. I'll get going here. Hopefully, did I leave the plastic on the camera? Maybe that's it. Extreme close-up. That looks like that might be the issue. Hold on. Stay right there. Let me see. Hold on real quick. I think we might have lost or left the plastic on the camera. Give me one moment here. All right. Stay right where you are. Don't leave. We'll get going here shortly. All right, so I took the plastic off. I don't think that's the issue, however, because it has a hole in the middle. So the camera can still see. So that's not the issue, but okay. All right, so if you say it's fine, it's fine. All right, where are we at? Happy Sunday, September the 15th, 2024. I'm gonna get TikTok going here shortly. We'll invite our TikTok family on in here. If you are able to, KnowledgeWell family, just go on over to TikTok, and then you can tap the screen and get us up on the likes and what have you. All right, shake it off. Looking at the comment section real quick here. All right, Awareness Daily is in the building, says peace G. All right. Greetings. All right, and looks great. Okay. All right, we'll work with it. All right, so I guess I would depend on you all to present questions to kind of get my motor going here. I got to shake out of this funk. I'm going to get TikTok going here. All right, we're going live on TikTok. All right, BB Production says not blurry here. All right, so again, we got a strike over at TikTok. They took down basically our platform for a day or two. And so as a result, we lost our progress, I think. You're supposed to go live for 30 minutes or more on TikTok. And you have to do that 3 days in order to have access to the creation of a panel where you can invite guests up. So we have to start over, I believe. So this will be the first of the three required in order to have the panel. Heartbreaking, yes. You work hard, you try and do what you do. And so I was driving is the point. I was driving, and you're not supposed to drive while recording or while doing a live. And I understand that, keeping people safe or what have you. I want to say good day. Thank you for joining. Ruby Hardy, Delphinius 22 has joined us over at TikTok. Sammy, our soul, it looks like. All right. Thank you for joining us here. Miss Harris has joined us on TikTok. Tashiana, thank you for joining us. Make sure you tap that screen as you come on in. Essentially, what we do here, I'm also broadcasting live on our KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel. If you're interested in seeing the displays of the information that I put on either the whiteboard behind me or on the things I pull up online, you would go over to our KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel, all right, to take part. We discuss things that promote economical soundness. We talk about how the law works for educational purposes only, okay? So make sure you're tapping that screen. Let's set a goal of 2,000 likes. All right, help us get there. Tap that screen as vigorously as you can and as often as you can. Get us up to our goal of 2,000 likes. All right, we'll start off with that goal. It says I can add a live goal. I don't think I'm at that point yet. It shows a lock. So maybe I'm not at that point yet. Thank you for coming on in. Again, discussing economical soundness, strategies on how to play in the system, not against the system. There is a way to do it. All right. You might not have come from a background of economical soundness. You might have come from a background of dependence upon government subsidies and handouts. I contend that our parents have done us a great disservice in that way. Not that we don't love them, but they did not strategically set us up so that we can be successful in this system. The reason why people are looking for remedies all over the place, so-called exposing the government, the reason why people are doing that type of thing today is because they don't understand how the system is played. This is essentially the game of Monopoly. And there are people that know how to play this game the correct way and that do very well at it. You might know of a guy named Donald Trump, who does quite well at this system. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking on the TikTok, also on the KnowledgeWell YouTube. Please make sure that you're giving us those thumbs up. We greatly appreciate that, even if you're watching this on replay. Donald Trump does quite well. You have to ask yourself a question: why does he do well in the system? And it appears that you do not. Well, we know why. And that's what we have created this platform to disclose. Okay. To disclose how the game is played. All right. Terry Camp says I'm at work. Okay. Very good. We understand. And so with that being said, we disclose a lot of things here on our platform, going to how to be successful in this, I'll say, paradigm. All right. Dealing with all things artificial entities, artificial persons, and what have you. All right. If you want to know more about this, if you want to know how this system works, then you will have to do your due diligence and contact us. All right. We have an email that you can use, KnowledgeWell, the number 4, the letter U at gmail.com. And we can set you up with a private consultation to discuss your particular situations. All right. Again, we are live over at YouTube on the KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel. All right. If you are interested in further participation and seeing the things that we put up on the whiteboard and on the screen, that's where you need to go right now. All right. Don't miss out. Thank you for tapping that screen. Keep those likes coming on TikTok there. Type as vigorously as you, tap as vigorously as you can on that screen to help us with that algorithm. Greatly appreciate you. We're doing big things over here. All right. And if you are interested in learning how the system operates, why it operates the way it does, maybe you feel like your rights are slipping away, that, the rights, the natural rights that you feel like you deserve. Maybe you feel like those are not being realized, and you're trying to figure out how to get out of the doldrums, how to get out of the valley that you find yourself in. Please tap that screen as much as possible on TikTok. Greatly appreciate it. Let's reach our first goal of 2,000 likes as you come on in. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Evelyn Foresta has joined us. Aniva Hodge, very good. Thank you for being here. Claw has joined us as well. Thank you. Hit that screen as vigorously as you can. Let's get up to 2,000 likes. All right. And so economical soundness is the name of the game. There is no trick to this thing. There is no magic. All right. It's not. The founding fathers at the establishment of what we know as the United States came in here to do business and business alone. That's what they came in here for. It's a capitalist system because they came in here to capitalize on those who do not know the information. Now, does that mean that you don't have access to the information? Absolutely not. I have access to the information. It is found in books. It is found in YouTube videos. It is found everywhere. You just have to know how to put the pieces together. Just like the Wizard of Oz, all right, Dorothy on the Yellow Brick Road. When you watch that movie, you'll find at the end of that show, at the end of that 2-hour span or whatever the length of it is, that she ended up being notified that she had the answers to the system or to the remedy the whole time, and it was on her feet. Symbolic of the fact that what this remedy, what it entails, is actually attached to your feet. It is how you travel. It is what carries you. All right, and it has been with you your whole entire life. Okay, and so we disclose. Connie Phillips, thank you for being here. We disclose. We help you out as far as educationally, for educational purposes only. All right, we are not a law firm. We cannot provide you legal advice. Carlos Martinez, thank you for being here. Make sure you tap in that screen. Get us to our 2,000 likes. That's our first goal. Can you help us do that by vigorously tapping that screen? We greatly appreciate that. All right, we are broadcasting live once again from KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel. If you want to see the things, the demonstrations, the things I pull up on the screen, my citations and whatever, you need to get over to the KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel. All right, to participate. Otherwise, you'll just hear me talking and perhaps see me doing this. Hi. Very good, very good. Make sure you're the KnowledgeWellians, please hit the thumbs up button. Show your love in that way. We are at 1.2K. All right, we're almost to our 2,000 goal. Donna Mills, thank you for joining us. Let's get to that 2,000 goal, and then we'll get started. Greatly appreciate your support. You are in the right place. If you are concerned about your economical standing, if you are concerned about the perpetuation of poverty, if you are concerned about those things, you are in the right place. There is no magic. You must play the game in accordance with the rules to the game. All right. Anybody that's telling you that there is a cheat way to do this is doing you a great disservice and steering you down the wrong path. All right. There is a way to win at this game called life. All right. But you must know how to play the game, AKA Monopoly. You must know how to play it. All right. And if you need help or an education on the proper way to play the game, then you are in the right place. You are in the right place. All right. There is no cheat here. There's no cheat. When you play the game the right way, you will get positive results out of this system, guaranteed. If it were not so, then explain to me Donald Trump. Explain to me the Bushes, the Clintons. Explain to me their success. How come they seem to always be on top and you on bottom, you and your family on the bottom? Why is that? Why is that? What do they know that you don't is the question that you should be asking. All right. The founding fathers established what is known as the United States and its Constitution back in 1789. And there is a book known as what I call the Lamb's Book of Life. And if your name is not found in there after the order of religion, right, Christianity or whatever, if your name is not found in that Lamb's Book of Life, what I would argue is the legal name, then basically you will not inherit the kingdom. All right. Now you can choose to look at the kingdom or consider the kingdom as something that is an actual literal place. Or it may be a consciousness, okay? It may be a consciousness. Anonymous, thank you for joining us. Appreciate you. We're almost to our 2,000K, or yeah, 2,000 like goal. We're at 1.8. If you do not know the rules of the game, your name will not, be found in the Lamb's Book of Life. All right, we all issued a legal name upon taking citizenship. No. You may not have understood or known the game at the point at which you were born, but that makes no difference. You had parents that are your legal custodians, your guardians, who were tasked with putting you into what are known as public schools. Public schools are designed to make you a productive citizen. Okay, so you were already inducted into or incorporated into the system before you even knew what was happening. That is absolute. All right, we have reached our 2,000 or 2.K. All right, we've reached our goal. Let's see if we can reach another goal. Let's set another goal. You did 2,000 in roughly 10 minutes or so. Let's set another goal for ourselves. I'll set it for 5,000. All right, help us get to 5,000, our secondary goal. And go. Thank you. Tap as vigorously as you can on the TikTok screen. Greatly appreciate you. Let's try to reach our goal. Let's reach our goal. Let's obtain it. All right, Joseph Henson is in the building. Thank you for being here, Joseph. We had a late start, but we are here nonetheless, and we are rearing and ready to go. GLC, thank you for joining us over at the TikTok channel. Greatly appreciate that. All right, everybody, sound off on the KnowledgeWell YouTube. All right, KnowledgeWell Media YouTube. We really appreciate you for being here and supporting. All right, awesome. Gary Turnbull, thank you for being here. Deborah, I think that's Crump. Thank you for being here. Lizzie, how do you say that? Lizzie Diamond, thank you for being here. Please tap that screen as vigorously as you can. We are talking all things economics, and there is a way to play this game and to win at this game that is incorporated within the United States. There is not necessarily a cheat. Or you can't come over the wall or get inducted into the proper strategies of this game by cheating, whatever. But if you know the rules to the game, you can win. We disclose a lot of that here on these particular platforms, but we also ask that you come over and join us on the private platforms that we have. First of all, you can start by joining us over at KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel. We are live right now. All right. And we also have a Patreon and whatever. And you can find information on how to join us in the private if you look in the description of the videos over on our new KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel. All right. You can find the links to join us and get into the private where we disclose more in-depth information about the rules to this game. Okay. Tracy, thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate that. Please tap that screen. We have a goal of 5,000 likes. Help us to get there. We are halfway now, 2.5. Tap that screen as vigorously as you can and as often. All right. With that being said, my KnowledgeWellians, if you had a question, you have something that you want to prime us with to get us going, please put your question in the comment section of our KnowledgeWell Media YouTube. All right. And help us out by getting going with a topic that you want to discuss. Any questions you have about economics or about strategies that we have discussed on our KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel. All right, we'll get the ball rolling. Meanwhile, we do have our follow-up 2:30 meeting where we call it our remedy meeting or our elite com. And that's at 2:30 following this live here. If you are interested in joining us, please express that interest by going to KnowledgeWell, the number 4, the letter U, at gmail.com. There you can express your interest in joining us over for our talks on the remedies. Again, a more private interactive group. We meet Sundays at 2:30 Central Standard Time. Okay, so if you're interested in joining us for that discussion, you'll have to hit us up at the KnowledgeWell, the number 4, the letter U, at gmail.com. Greetings to Kimberly. Thank you for being here, sis. All right, you're over in Jamaica, huh? Still in Jamaica? Wow. I'd like to join you. Jamaica. All right. Let's see who else. Sandra Kasim, thank you for being here. Eva, thank you for being here. Please hit that screen as vigorously as you can. Help us to obtain our goal of 5,000 likes. We greatly appreciate that. Daryl Garland is here as well. Thank you for joining us. Our TikTok family. You can also join us over at our KnowledgeWell family. We are live there as well right now. KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel. Okay. The Zoom link for the 2:30 Remedy Econ Elite group today at 2:30 Central Standard Time. will be the Zoom will be sent out once you express your interest to join us, or for joining us over at knowledgewell4u@gmail.com. KnowledgeWell, the number 4, the letter U @gmail.com. Express your interest, and we'll get you in and get you a seat. All right. Anarchy Television is here. Thank you for being here. It's been a long time. No see. Welcome back. All right. Let's see what we got going on. All right. Anybody have a particular area that they would like to discuss, or you have a question about something that we have talked about in previous lives? Please put it out there. I want to, while I'm waiting on a topic, a particular topic of interest in the comment section, I'll just say like this. There is a whole lot of things going on in the political realm. Some people will say in the spiritual realm, a whole lot of things going on. And we make some predictions here based on the data that we come across. And how many of you know that most of what we're seeing, most of what we're realizing are constructs, contrivances of men, fear factors to try to control us, right? And I'm not, this is not an anti-government rant, but there are those, how many of you know that there are those behind the scenes, okay? Those behind the scenes with a lot of influence and a lot of power and a lot of capital, right? That are able to wield their particular instrumentalities in order to strike fear in the hearts of citizens. How many of you know that? How many of you know that? So with that being said, be not deceived, all right, by what the things that you see. We know that there are machines, I'll say. There are different things that are designed to make you believe what you're seeing. Now, AI, you know, is a big one, where you can hardly tell if anything is real anymore, right? You can hardly tell the difference between reality and what they call fictional. It's hard to tell nowadays. And I contend that is is purposely being done. I believe that the end goal, and I've taught and showed a demonstration, the end goal is for everybody to essentially give way and surrender to the artificial realm. It would be like, if you recall and remember, what was the show, The Mask, or Avatar? That's an even more significant consideration, in that the humans basically fall asleep, you know, the opposite of being woke, if you will, in order to be incorporated into this fictional realm known as, you know, whatever the place Avatar, you know, takes place in. And I contend that that's exactly, and they are depicting what is happening to us. All right. And I also contend, and I've done a series, and the series is in production right now, on the mark of the beast and the Antichrist. So that's coming in short order. It's in production right now. It will be released, I think, in late October, around Halloween. And we are divulging and proving what the actual Antichrist is, the mark of the beast, et cetera, which I contend we all have already. We've had since birth. It may not be what you think it is, okay? And we divulge and we prove what it entails. But this is the ultimate goal, is to get humans, it's transhumanism, to get humans to devolve, right? To descend into a state of artificial reality. Well, consider this. We know the distinction, we teach here the distinction between man-made law and natural law, okay? Natural law is that which exists independent of man's influence. That's natural law, right? But positive laws are man-made artificial laws, okay? And so basically they mimic the natural order. That's what they do. That's why they call it the new world. You get what I'm saying? And so with that being said, please continue to tap that screen. Get us to our 5K goal. Please continue to tap that screen. We greatly appreciate it. We are at 2.9 now, at 3.0K. We need to get to 5K, please. Fred Mitchell, thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate you and your support. All right, we are live on our YouTube channel, KnowledgeWell Media. All right, so on TikTok, if you would like to join us over there, please do so. We are live here 11 a.m. Central Standard Time every Sunday at KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel. KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel. All right, thank you for being here. And so again, the goal, the ultimate goal of the elite, and this is not an anti-government rant, it's talking about those that they call like the hidden hand, right? Those elite that are controlling things in the background, which they demonstrated for us in movies like The Wizard of Oz, where you find that it was a well-dressed professor or what have you that was behind the curtain all along, pulling the levers and influencing the people and striking in them a type of fear. Okay, and so the same goes for here. Okay, again, I talk about the founding fathers and them establishing this grand experiment known as the United States, and it is a capitalist type system, industrious in nature, right? The Industrial Revolution, and essentially what we live on right now is a grand plantation. You know it because you're going to go to work tomorrow probably and punch the clock, and you're going to fulfill your mandate or your requirements of 40 hours plus, right, per week. And you're going to repeat that cycle until, in accordance with the system, until the day that you cease to exist. All right, this is the plantation. All right, you are producing and using raw materials to manufacture and produce items, all right, assets or what have you for a particular company, and they're going to sell that at profit, and then they're going to cut you a little piece, a very small fraction. All right, so essentially your sweat equity, your labor, all right, is what is funding this whole machine, this industrious machine. And so this is a type of plantation is the point, and you have joined it. You have taken citizenship into it, which establishes a type of legal link to the particular state. Now, you need a legal link to the state. Why? Why? Because it is a legal construct, right? You are a human. You are not a legal construct. You are a human. And so in order for you to be linked once again to something that is legal or artificial in nature, it's a man-made construct. It is not under natural law. It's under what is called positive law. By definition, positive law are the enactments of a duly authorized legislature, meaning codifications, statutes. Okay. All right. So you were born with natural and inherent rights. Okay. Mighty One says it's Babylon. All right. I can agree with that. It takes on a whole lot of different names. You're absolutely right, though. I mean, that can be considered as one, but it takes on a whole lot of different names. Okay. That's not the significant. The name of it is not significant. It's the type of things that it participates in things like what is that called? Interest. What's the other term for interest? Where you enslave someone because of what is owed or interest owed. I know like Muslims, and I think Jews are against becoming a surety or something to that effect. I forget the term. It keeps hitting me and then it goes away. But anyways, I think you're picking up what I'm putting down anyways. But you live on a plantation and that's what it is. And so you need a legal link because the particular realm of this plantation cannot, very good, Mighty Ones. Thank you very much. Usury. Very good. Thank you for that. Okay. And so that's the capitalist system though, right? You capitalize off someone else's misfortune or perhaps even their mistake. All right. That's how it works, right? As soon as you make a mistake, as soon as you go too fast beyond the contracted speed, that the system has established and under positive law as a governor of 65 miles per hour. As soon as you excel beyond that, they have some what they call road pirates, aka police officers, who will radar you, and then they will cite you. All right, because you've basically broken the rule that you, as a citizen, have agreed to adhere to, and so now subsequently will come what's known as a civil forfeiture. All right, every infraction attaches with it a sum of fiat. Right? Fiat currency. And that's what they do. That's the type of game that you are in. All right. So again, we're on this plantation. Now, you have to be legally linked because a human cannot be per se on par with that which is artificial. We got to get away from saying fictional because they being the system, will never acknowledge a fictional system. However, they do acknowledge an artificial system. Fictional means, it's not really there, but the state, its contracts, the capacities in which individuals act within a system, that's not fictional because it does exist. All right. They're called legal entities for a reason. Entity means a thing in existence. So to use the term, once again, fictional does not apply. That is incorrect. It is erroneous. So artificial is the proper terminology. Joseph Henson, very good. Yes, it is usury. Thank you for that. So with that being said, this is what we are a part of. Now, fret not. Fret not. This is not take away from your humanity. It does not. It actually adds to it. Contrary to popular belief, it actually adds to it. It adds what's an extra layer. It's an artificial layer nonetheless, but it does add a layer. No one's doing away with the humanity, the natural law aspect. It's just that there are two distinct spheres of consideration. There is the natural law under the natural order, and then there is the artificial. Okay, there is natural law and there's positive law. There's yin and there's yang, as above, so below. You know it. You hear it all the time. All right, so fret not. The only problem is whether or not you realize that there is a distinction between the natural and the artificial. He or she that does not know their rights has no rights. That's how it goes. Fred Mitchell's in the building. Thank you for being here. Says hello to everyone on the KnowledgeWell side and the TikTok side. McReal, thank you for being here. Please, we are going to reach the goal of 5K. All right, we're at 3 now, but I need you to tap that screen as vigorously and as often as you can over at the TikTok. Okay, on the KnowledgeWell, I'm looking at that camera up there. That's KnowledgeWell Media, the family over there, and then I got the TikTok family here. All right, and I greatly would appreciate you helping us obtain that goal. Okay, Joseph Henson says over on KnowledgeWell that we'll start tapping soon. Wanda and I both cooking. All right, don't forget me. I could use a plate. Thank you. All right, thank you very much. All right, with that being said, please tap the screen on TikTok. Please get us to our 5K goal. Just tap the screen. That's all you got to do, multiple times and as vigorously as you can. Just tap, 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 tap. And you'll notice the hearts floating up to the top, and those are contributing up in the top left of your phone or whatever to our likes. Okay, please do that. Greatly appreciate that. Tap that screen. I'll tap a few times myself. Yeah, how you like that? There you go. I tap too. All right, with that being said, so we are living on a grand plantation. You are legally linked to the state. The state itself is an artificial person. I can pull that up for you. If you would like to see the things that I pull up on the screen, you'll have to join us over on our YouTube channel, which is KnowledgeWell Media. All right, I'm talking to the TikTok family here. If you'd like to see what I pull up, you have to go over there. All right, Badicho, thank you, Badicho, I think that's pronounced. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you tap that screen as you come on in, help us reach that 5K goal. All right, so with that being said, so back to the plantation. Now, if you do not realize the difference, again, between the natural and artificial, then you are what is known as legally incompetent. That's how it's looked at. And a legally incompetent is basically becomes a ward of the state. All right, you ever heard of a term, parens patriae? I always have problems pronouncing that term. Parens patriae, I want to say, Patriae, parens patriae. All right, and what that means is the state as the father. That's what is going on. All right, so the citizen itself is a type of child of the state. Okay, that's what's going on there, and you can find that child or the identification of that child on the U.S. birth certificate. That's what that is for. All right, that is your claim ticket, your document that proves what? The legal link to the state. That's what that is about. Now, again, if you don't know this, you are considered in law as legally incompetent because now you don't know how to administer your own estate. That means somebody else has to do it for you. and therefore a public trust. You picking up what I'm putting down? Heather Bell's in the building. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you always for your support. Missed you last week, I think. Were you in Jamaica? Kimberly's in Jamaica. Everybody taking vacation? Must be nice. Must be nice. I'll get a vacation soon. All right, so that is what is happening. Again, we can talk about your particular situations in the private. If you're interested, you can hit us up at the KnowledgeWell, the number 4, the letter U at gmail.com, and we can have a private consultation to discuss your particular situations. All right, that's how we do in the private. All right, just express your interest over at our email, which is KnowledgeWell. Yeah, right there somewhere. Yeah, KnowledgeWell for you at gmail.com. That's the number 4, the letter U at gmail.com. We do consultations there. All right, so that is what is happening. That is what is happening. Now, if you're legally incompetent, you are considered a ward of the state. The state becomes your father in a type of trust. But again, and alas, remember and recall, this has nothing to do with their natural self. This is that legal link to the state, aka citizenship, that is proven by the U.S. birth certificate. This has nothing to do with your natural self. So if you take this literal, you will literally be taken. And who likes to be taken? You like to be made a fool of? I don't like it at all. So don't be taken. Heather Bell says I was on TikTok. Oh, you must have a different name under TikTok, on TikTok. Shh, it's our secret. I won't tell. TikTok family, thank you for being here. And BB Productions is moderator and putting in the links for the TikTok family. If you would like to join us on any one of our platforms or offerings, look in the comment section of TikTok and you will find them. Look for BB Productions Studio. She's doing a bang-up job of putting everything in there. Heather Bell, your admission. You've been hiding under a different name. We will find you, Heather. No, I'm just joking. Heather's been around with us for quite a while. All right. And so, again, your remedy is in understanding the distinction, knowing the distinction, making the distinction between the artificial and the natural. Okay, you are in the game. If you have taken citizenship in the United States, you are part of the game already. You may as well learn how to play it the correct way. You're already in it. You, by default, you were in it because you were born here, and therefore your mother, father, grandmother, whomever filled out the documentations to apply for U.S. citizenship for you on your behalf. All right. So what does that mean? You've been inducted into this realm, this artificial realm. You've been legally linked, not naturally linked, legally linked to the state. So what are you going to do about it? Do we sit around and just cry about it and what have you? Or do we get like Trump? Do we get like Clinton, the Clintons, the Bushes, and we learn this game and we play it and we become proficient at it, efficient at it, and good at it? You know, we can do that. And so we teach, for educational purposes, how to do that the right way here at KnowledgeWell Media. That's what we do. All right. Caveman Prime, thank you for joining us. Make sure that you are tapping that screen. All right. As you come on in, we're at 3,000 likes. We haven't gotten any higher. Please tap that screen as vigorously and as often as you can. We greatly appreciate that. Help us reach and obtain that goal of 5K likes. I'm tapping it right now. Please share the live out. All right, let us help the most people. Let at least direct them in the right pathway. Excuse me, I'm tapping the screen. All right. Very good. Tap that screen. All right, McReal joined. All right, Malcolm has joined. Thank you for being here, Malcolm. Aborigine has joined us. Thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate that. All right. Very good. Thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate it. We are here Sundays, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And we are building our KnowledgeWell family currently. We have, this will be the first out of 3 lives that we must do at 30 minutes in order to create a panel. All right. And we create a panel, then people can join us on our TikTok and, interact over there in a panel of, I think it's, I don't know how many people you can have on the panel. I think it's 6 or more that you can have on the panel, which would be great. All right. So with that being said, you must know the difference between artificial and natural. You must make that distinction. Let me also state this, that what we have found here at KnowledgeWell Media is that there are certain terminologies that are biblical terminologies, such as death, debt, what else? Sin. These are all terminologies, all right? A sin is a moral wrongdoing. A moral wrongdoing is a sin. When it's saying a moral wrongdoing, what is it saying? It's saying that you have done something against nature. All right, that's what sin is. Doing something against nature, which in turn is in accordance with the scripture, separates you from God. I should do a demonstration on the board for you on that note. to show you the depiction of a separation from God. God is source, the source from where all things go up. Okay? Grow up from, go up from, ascend from. Okay? That's the source. You may know the source or come to know the source as an entity in the skies, in the heavens. That's up to you. That's what you choose. Again, if you take these things literally, you will literally be taken. All right. So that's not the goal. The goal is to find the esoteric meaning behind the scriptures, what it's trying to convey to you in parable form and what have you. You have to know that, just like you have to know the difference between artificial and natural. You have to know the difference. Otherwise, you will lose this game. Do not take this literal. Do not take this literal. It shows your competence level. It shows whether or not you are legally competent or incompetent. Again, if you're incompetent, then it becomes necessary for a public trust to be formed so somebody else can administer your estate for you because you are clearly legally incompetent, sometimes deemed insane. Yeah, be careful. So with that being said, a sin is a moral wrongdoing. Moral wrongdoing is a breach against the natural order. It is taking that which is natural and basically metastasizing it, or transgressing or traversing or trespassing into that which is artificial. That's what sin really is. That's the esoteric understanding and meaning. Okay? Humans, in other words, humans are not supposed to transgress or traverse over into the artificial realm. You are supposed to stay, apples are supposed to stay with apples, and oranges are supposed to stay with oranges. Humans are supposed to stay where humanity belongs under the natural order. And artificial entities, persons of law, corporations, trusts, estates, all of those are artificial persons. Those are supposed to stay on one side of the ledger, and all the natural things are supposed to stay on the other. If a natural traverses over into the artificial realm, that is a trespass. That is a moral wrongdoing, aka a sin. Now, you may also know, if you've grown up in Christianity like I have, that the wages of sin is what? What's the wage? The wage of sin, meaning that which you earn as a result of your activity. The wage that you earn. The wages of sin is unaliving. You know what I'm talking about? I can't say the D word. DEATH, you know what I'm saying? That's the wages of sin. The wages of sin is that. Now, back in the day, all right, back in 12th century, et cetera, there used to be a instrumentality of state known as debtors' prisons. Okay, because back in the day, you were enslaved or bound because of the fact that you were indebted to someone. They would have you for X amount of years. You and your family. If you owed somebody, they had you bound by the neck, bound by the arms, the hands, and you were a debt slave. Okay, which is a type of legal DEA, unaliving. I got to say it. Okay, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So the wages of sin is unalivement, but in a legal sense, meaning for a span of time, you lose your natural law rights and become bound to someone else to serve them until your debt was paid. Does that make sense? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Make sure you tap that screen as vigorously as you can. We have almost reached our 5K goal of we're at 4.6. Thank you. It looks like Aborigine is solely getting us there. Appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate that work. That sweat equity you're putting in there. Showing value. We appreciate it. I'm going to tap some for you too. Thank you for being here. Everybody, tap that screen. Get us to our 5K. Greatly appreciate that. I'm tapping too myself. Thank you. All right, so if you are over on the TikTok channel, you can come over and join us also at the KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel, where we are live as well. Okay, greatly appreciate that. We are live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right, so with that being said, y'all, there were things called debtor's prisons, okay? And that is a type of legal unaliving. Okay, that's what that is. That's the wages of sin. Okay, and so again, for a human to traverse over into the artificial realm, all right, essentially that is a sin because the natural, all right, has committed a breach against the moral law. The moral law says humans are humans and artificials stay over there. Okay, that's what is transpiring. Now, there is a member, an aristocratic people, okay? What is that called? That have taken on titles of nobility, as it were, okay? Those titles of nobility are under the term attorneys, lawyers, esquires. That's a term of nobility. And they are what are known as the bar keepers. All right, I can do a demonstration on the whiteboard. I've done this before. I'll do it again for you right now. Okay, I know it's a little blurry on the board. I don't know what else I can do at this particular point in time. Give me one moment to get set up here, and I'll do a demonstration on the board to make that clear for everybody. On TikTok, again, you won't be able to see unless you go over to the YouTube channel to see the demonstration. Go over to KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel. Do that now so that you can see the demonstrations that I give on the board, okay? Kimberly Miller says, is sin an acronym? Joseph Henson, I think, had made up an acronym, if any, that I am aware of. I think he called it the social insurance number. He said that's a sin, S-I-N, sin. Okay, so I don't know if that's, actually constructed and contrived by the law system, but it's cool nonetheless. We can make up an acronym. Let me see here. How do I get over? One moment, y'all. One moment. I'm assuming testing 1 2. Let me put on my microphone here. I assume that y'all can hear me pretty good, hopefully. I don't know if this mic is on. I'm assuming it is. Can somebody give me a confirmation that I'm very crisp and clear in the microphone that I'm putting on this lapel mic? If you could just let me know. Putting on this lapel mic. Let me know if it's very clear. I need it to be very clear. If you can. Can you all hear me very well? Sound is good, Joseph says. Yes, we can hear. Okay, so you can hear me on the lapel. So when I go away from my microphone here, you can hear me? Okay, hopefully, okay, yes, okay. So I'll just draw a demonstration so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so again, let me get back to the screen here. Thank you, Terry. Terry says she can hear loud and clear. All right, so again, there's a line which I call the line of demarcation. You might want to look that term up. There's a line of demarcation there, okay? And again, to my TikTok family, if you want to see the demonstration, you have to come over to the KnowledgeWell YouTube channel, KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel. KnowledgeWell is one word, media the second. Okay, you have to come over there to see the demonstration. Please make your way over there. I'll keep the TikTok up as well. So there's a line of demarcation here. The things of nature stay over on this side. This is natural. All right, and this is artificial, not fictional. Be careful. Okay, awesome. So there's natural and artificial. Okay, this is all things natural. So what goes over here? Humans. So whatever is over here, the opposite is said to be over here. So then over here, if it's humans here, it would be legal persons or artificial persons over here, which I contend has everything to do with transhumanism, which is where we are headed. Everything's going to go to artificial persons. AI is an artificial person. I showed last week, I think, loud and clear. Okay, thank you very much. I showed, I think a week or so ago, that the AI Sophie, it was made the first citizen of Saudi Arabia, first AI citizen of Saudi Arabia. That is on the books, y'all. You can go and look at it in my archives from, I think, a week or two ago, where Sophia the robot, AI robot, was made the first AI citizen of Saudi Arabia. Okay. Oh yeah, it's a thing. So what have they done in line with what I've just disclosed to you? What have they done then? What they have done is they have taken and basically they're trying to replace humans with artificial existence. That, by definition, in accordance with our study and research that we've been covering, is basically anti-Christ, meaning against the chosen one, against the Savior, the chosen one. And I contend, and I made the argument, that ye are gods. Ye are, and that's what Jesus says in the scriptures as well. Ye are gods. Ye are, in other words, the Christ. Otherwise, ye are the chosen one. Okay, so that means that anything that goes against you as a human, as a chosen one, all right, as a type of Christ, a Savior for the world, anything that goes against that or contends with that or looks to replace that even is considered against Christ, anti-Christ, against the chosen one. Not to mention that you are in existence and the other multi-billions of sperm cells are not. You made it. Everybody else didn't make it. Okay? Think about it that way. So ye are gods. You are the chosen one, a type of Christ. Okay? And so going back to our demonstration here, humans, all right, and if you cannot see this on TikTok, you need to go over to our KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel. We are live there. You'll be able to see what I am demonstrating here. All right, so humans are unnatural, therefore everything has to be opposite on this side. Okay, this is your depiction essentially of the yin and the yang, as above, so below. There's a dividing line. This is called, I call it the line of demarcation. I'll make this very bold because this needs to stay bold. This line here needs to, in fact, it's a bar, okay? And that'll make sense to you in short order here. This is actually a bar, okay? A bar. And in legal terminology, this bar, all right, is a dividing line. It separates the living from the, you know what, the unalived, all right? The humans versus the artificial. Artificial persons are on this other side, okay? So this is going to be opposite from this side. All right, so if humans are over here, then artificial persons are over here, okay? Artificial persons, AKA corpse or corporations, okay? And every other type of legal or commercial entity that you can think of all goes over here. That's where the unalived are, all right? You can go from here. Okay, well, let me not get ahead of myself. All right, so again, let's talk about this bar real quick, because there is a aristocratic type people with titles of nobilities known as esquires that are known as the bar keepers. Oh yeah, it gets real. There are the bar keepers. They are they that keep the bar, meaning they sit there at the bar and make sure, like a stoplight, that the humans stop here and that, you know, the artificial stops here. They're not supposed to mix and mingle. And this is the problem that we're having when people are trying to find remedy. They don't understand. Remedy eludes them because they do not know how to make this distinction between that which is living and that which is unalive. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? This is the type of teaching we do here. And so with that being said, this line of demarcation, or this bar, bars both sides from transgressing onto the other. Okay, makes sense? So what goes on here must stay here. What goes on here must stay there. So also, okay, so we have natural, so what's over here? Humans, you know, natural law. So what's the opposite of natural law? That's what you would put over here. So the opposite of natural law is positive law. What is positive law? Statutes. Simple and plain. That's what's over there. Positive law, the House of Representatives website says that positive law does not properly govern moral humans or their conduct. Natural law properly governs humans and their conduct. You see the distinction, the bar? So that's what the bar keepers, that's their job, the attorneys, the bar members. They're also known as barristers. I might spell this incorrectly. There's the bar. They keep the bar. They're the bar keepers. Humans, you better not go over here, and artificial, you stay in the underworld. That's what this is. Okay? This is the living, and this is the, I'll put unalive to be politically correct so that TikTok doesn't, you know, do their thing. The living and the unalived. Remember the movie? I would encourage you, if you haven't already, to go back and watch that. I think the movie was made in the 80s. It's called with Rowdy Ryan Piper. Shoot, what is that called? Help me out. Put it in the comment section. What's that movie called with Rowdy Ryan Piper? Where he sees unalive people, and there's all kinds of messages and things that he sees throughout the movie. What's it called? They live. They live. If you haven't seen that, here it is right here. This is what they've been showing you. Avatar. What happens? The human goes to sleep in his bed, in his chamber, wakes up in the land. I forgot what the land is called in Avatar, right? And he has an artificial person or a body that he can use while in there. He can breathe in there and everything like that. Yeah, they live. Thank you, Fred Mitchell. Appreciate that. You're on track. You're tracking. Make sure you are pleased. We have reached 7.2K over at our TikTok channel. Please continue to tap that screen. Let's make the next goal 10 G's. Let's make it 10K. Thank you, Afro Aborigine. Yes, you are correct. They live. Thank you. Make sure you share the live out. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for being here. Sundays, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time right here. Until we can build the panel. We got 2 more lives to do at 30 minutes, and then TikTok will give us our panel. All right. With that being said, let's keep going. All right. So this is when you talk remedy, when you're looking for remedy, all right, whether you're on TikTok or whether you're on YouTube, this is the consideration here. And if you cannot see this right now, you need to get over to our YouTube channel, which is KnowledgeWell Media. KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel. All right. If you cannot see this on TikTok, the demonstrations, and you want to see more, we're live over at our YouTube channel, KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel. All right. Someone please put that in the TikTok comment section. Keep that going so that people know where to come over to see the demonstration that we're doing right now. It's 12:22. We're going to go just a little bit longer. We've been on for an hour, and we don't want to make it too long. I do have a follow-up 2:30 remedy session where you can join us on our Zoom talk. It's more intimate. It's more private. I can disclose more to you if you're interested in that. We also have a Gmail that you can reach us at, which is KnowledgeWell, the number 4, the letter U at gmail.com. There, you can have private consultations or whatever, so that we can talk intimately about your particular situations. All right. All right. So let's keep going. All right. With that being said, you know what? Give me 1 minute, y'all. I forgot. I could have put my lapel mic on for those on TikTok so they can hear me better. Let's see what I can do here to make it better for you. I'll just have 2 lapels on them. Soon I'm going to be a walking robot. all these lapel mics and stuff. But I'm trying to give the best presentation I can. Hold on, TikTok. Hold on. Let me plug this in. Maybe the sound will get better for you, hopefully. All right. All right, TikTok. Let me know whether or not that sound helps out. That helps you out a little bit more. Hopefully that helps out a little bit more. Can you hear me better on TikTok? Let me know. Appreciate you. Again, we are live over at KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel. If you want to see close up what the demonstration is, sound is good. All right, so it's better. All right, hopefully that improved. All right, thank you, KnowledgeWell family, for being here. Wanda Noel is in the building, says 777. Thank you for that. All right, so with that being said, people, this is the consideration, that you keep the natural separated from the artificial. And the barristers or the barkeepers are the ones that keep that line and that distinction. And these are the ones that will cite you or prosecute you or whatever. These are bar members, okay? They will cite you. They will issue fines, civil forfeitures, and all that kind of thing if you break the law. If you, remember, if a human goes over here, traverses over here, that is considered a trespass. A trespass, okay? Trespass, aka a sin, aka a moral wrongdoing, trespass, sin, okay? And the scripture says the wages of sin, or trespassing over, for a human to go over here without permission, legal permission, that is, the wages of that is debt, or you'll be forever in debt. You'll be, well, not forever, but for a span of time. That's why you might have to pay something, or something be forfeited, or you might even be put in jail for a little bit. It's a span of time that you're going to pay this debt for trespassing, for doing things against the contractual nature or whatever, and you're going to pay for that. Okay, so that's the reality. This is what is happening. And unless you know this, you're not playing the game the proper way. That is the point. All right, so if you're looking for remedy, remedy is in knowing this. And this is it, and this is all. Okay, now there are strategies. There are different strategies. There are different entities you can use, such as trusts. You can use corporations. You can use partnerships. You can use LLCs. You can use a whole lot of different things. They give you lots of different remedies that you can use. You just have to know how to use them and when to use them correctly. Okay. I'll state this: one of the greatest damages, or greater damages, to those that are in this particular realm or paradigm of understanding, right? I'll say is that we stopped at citizenship. We're acting as a type of sole proprietorship, right? We're not using artificial persons like we're supposed to, because we weren't learned in this. We weren't taught the economics. Okay, we weren't taught the advantages of starting a corporation. And so therefore we didn't hand those corporations down to our next of kin. Nothing was handed down to you. We perpetuated poverty and what have you, because we didn't know any better. All right. So nobody's necessarily blaming you, right? Nobody's necessarily blaming you. And it doesn't make any sense. It's really a waste of time to blame your forefathers and foremothers likewise. All right. It's just time to do it. It's time to do it. It's better late than never. I don't care how old you are. You can start playing this game the correct way. Monopoly, like Monopoly. Okay. You can do that, and we can help you do that. All right. Through education. All right. Educational purposes only. All right. So trespasses. This is a trespass when a human goes over here. Now, let me demonstrate for you what actually takes place. Okay. Let me demonstrate how this actually takes place. We'll leave that. All right, so you might have seen in like scary movies or whatever. If you cannot see this on TikTok, please go over to our KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel. Then you'll be able to see what I'm drawing on the board and what have you, okay, and interact. So Kimberly has a question over at our KnowledgeWell family. Kimberly's question is, so is it fair to say that the Social Security made us trespass? Okay, so is it fair to say, the question is it fair to say that the Social Security number made us trespass? Okay, let's demonstrate this. Good question. Good question. Okay, good question. So How do I want to put this? Let me demonstrate how this is happening first off, and then we'll get to answer the question. If you remember and recall, you watching scary movies, all right? Even in the Matrix, I want to say. Do you remember after Neo took the pill, made a choice, took the pill, then he went over to the mirror and put his finger in the mirror. When he touched the mirror, which was a reflection of himself, that's a symbolic of the different sphere, the different realm, right? So he was natural. Then he took the pill. That pill helped him to do what? To trespass, or excuse me, to descend. Remember, he got sucked into the mirror. The mirror consumed him, and he went down the rabbit hole, right? That's what happened. And so with that being said, all right, he made a choice. He made a decision. In other words, that's a contract. He had consideration. He found value in something, right? Consideration, value, and what's the other one? There's like 3 or 4 aspects to a contract, or elements of a contract. Consideration, it's just escaping me right now. Mutual assent. I know there's, somebody knows. It just escapes me right now. It will come to me. Consideration, doggone it. But anyways, that was a contract is the point, right? Morpheus had given the option. You have the option. And so you either take the red pill or the blue pill, right? Up, down, right, left, as above, so below, natural versus artificial. Is always a decision of choice. Democrat, Republican. There's always a choice. That's consideration. You have to consider what is beneficial to your interest is the point. That's a contract, okay? So with that being said, he made a choice. He took the pill. He ended up going to see his reflection in the mirror. See, you're over here as a natural human being, okay? But in consideration of this legal realm, over here is also something that looks similar to you. It is not you, but it is artificial. See, the difference between artificial and natural, again, is so-called God-made, okay? Not man-made. But in the artificial, it is called artificial, right? Because look at the key part of the word here, art, okay? Humans do art, artistic expression, whether in singing, drawing, clay, whatever, okay? Art, okay? So this means it is man-made. It is art. It is a form of art, man-made. That's why that is, okay, so on this side of the ledger, this is something that humans create. It is not the human itself. It is something, it is an image. Remember the scripture says not to create any graven images, either of stone, of wood, of whatever, right? Remember the Bible talks about that? Okay, don't do that. Don't create things. So what do you think they're talking about? What do you think the warning is? By doing this, what are you doing? You are changing the natural into the artificial. That, by definition, is a trespass, a sin. It is also known as, well, sin is a moral breach. You see, you took the natural and turned it into something artificial. That is a sin. That is a moral wrongdoing, a sin, a breach, a trespass. That's what it is. Okay, you picking up what I'm putting down? Any questions? Put them in the comment section. So to answer your question, Kimberly, I would say the Social Security number did create a trespass into the artificial realm. Yes, but I would also go on further to say that it is by contract. You have to say, yeah, sounds good. Consideration, value, right? You have to weigh your options, and that's what citizenship is. Nobody forced you by a pew. Nobody forced you to do it. All right, your parents might have done it on your behalf before you even knew or came to the contracting age to do it, but they're your parents. They're your guardians. They did what they felt was best for you on your behalf. That's what a parent does. Right? So now that you're an adult, you might say, well, I don't appreciate that they did that, but then you have to participate in the legal system to undo that which they did, if you so choose. And I'm not encouraging you to do that. I'm encouraging you, in fact, to enjoy where you're at under this capitalist system, to learn the rules to the game and to win at the rules, at the game. That's what I'm encouraging, not to defect in any way. This is not a rage against the government or anything. This is informational, because we can win. That's the point. All right. So, but yes, the Social Security number incorporates this situation that allows a human being to go and take part in this artificial realm in order to play in the game. Okay. This is capitalism. In order to play in this game, you must be legally linked over into this realm. Over here in the artificial realm is also where the state is. I know you hear people say, well, the state doesn't really exist. You know, there's no real lines that are drawn on the ground that outline which state you belong in. No, you're absolutely correct. They acknowledge it's an artificial person. The state is an artificial person. If you don't believe that, go on over to the commentaries of the laws of England, written in 1765 prior to the United States and its foundation. And you'll see that, what's his name? William Blackstone articulates and expresses as much. That they, and it even goes in at length to tell you why they needed to create artificial persons such as states and whatever. All right, there's three particular reasons that he gives, okay? And one of them is for perpetual succession. The other one is to provide a type of legal immortality, okay? Because the corpse, they're already unalive. So they can't be unalived again, right? So they have perpetual succession, in other words. You can hand down things throughout time. You can hand them down, keep handing them down. That's what it's all about. All right, if you're on TikTok, please make sure, offer and acceptance, consideration, and capacity. Very good. Thank you for that. 50, what is that, 50 ice? 50 ice. Thank you for that on TikTok. Make sure you're tapping that screen. We are at 7.2K. We've been holding there for a little bit. Please, TikTok family, hit that screen. Tap that screen as vigorously and as often as you can to get us to our goal of 10K. Let's get to 10K. All right. Tap that screen. So the state, all right, is an artificial person itself. That's what it is. And so for a human, again, to trespass over here, the barristers are going to get you. They're going to fine you. Right? They're going to write your civil forfeiture. You can perhaps end up in jail if you breach this without permission. Permission is, in order for Neo to go down that wormhole, right, or the rabbit hole, whichever you prefer, he had to choose. As he was offered something, he accepted something, right, and so and had consideration. Well, do I really want to do this? You see in the movie, he kind of ponders, and then he makes his decision. Okay, that's the point. And so, with that being said, now he made a choice. Okay, so yes, the Social Security number does participate or induct, or incorporate these dealings. Yes, but you contract into it. That's how it goes. And so now that you contract into it, what happens? You remember in the movie Matrix, when he finally woke up. Remember when he pulled the tube out of his throat, the tracheotomy, whatever it was. And he unplugged himself and all this kind of stuff. And he was covered in what? A bunch of goo, slime, right? And he was taking it off of himself. And it was just disgusting, right? Visually. Well, that's what happens here. When the natural part, you're reborn. It's another birth. This is captured in the scripture. See, you might take it being born again. You might see that in the scripture and you don't get it. It's esoteric. There's a hidden meaning behind it all. Okay, is the point. You have to see through it. Don't take it literally. If you literally take it, you will, if you take it literally, you will be literally taken. You'll be fooled. You'll be deceived. The great deception, ring a bell? That's the great deception. Okay? For a human to believe that he is artificial. That's the great deception. That there is no more natural. Natural is done away with and you're just an artificial person now, a legal person. That is the great deception by definition. That's it. So, but again, he was taking that goo off. Why did he have goo on him is the question. Why? Because it was necessary for him to descend into this realm. So there's a type of lubrication on him is the point, right? He's encapsulated. He's reborn, placenta, et cetera, et cetera. Well, that's what happens here. When you go across this permission, right? You got permission now. The legal order, the barristers are letting you pass. Thou shalt not pass. Well, they let you pass once you do everything legitimately by contract. That's what happens. And so if you're allowed to pass, you're going to go through this bar. It's symbolic of going through the placenta or coming out of the placenta, right? You're covered in fluid, as it were. All right. So that's the mask that you are going to have on. You're going to, if you go through this bar, think of this as the placenta. You're about to be born again, a new body, a new body. Huh? You're going to be covered with a mask. What? Okay, so remember, in the Latin, there's a term. It's called a persona. What's a persona? It equals a mask, a legal mask. So to take on a legal persona, it is the same thing as a legal mask. In order to get this mask on, you must participate, take the pill, and you must go down the rabbit hole. You come out on the other side, you're going to have the mask on. That's what that is. Okay? And so this is what you have on. See, the artificial cannot recognize the natural because they're two separate spheres, it's a paradigm. The artificial does not recognize the natural, therefore you must put on a persona or a legal mask in order to be recognized over here. It has nothing to do with your humanity, in other words. That's what's going on here. All things have become new. What does the scripture talk about? To put off the old man and put on the new man, right? For eternal life. What does a corporation have as an artificial person? Has perpetual existence. That's number one. What else? Legal immortality. That's eternal life, ain't it? When you put off the old man, you put on the new man, you gain eternal life. Legal immortality. Are you seeing the Antichrist, the mark of the beast? Are you seeing the esoteric meanings behind these things as I am uncovering them to you? This is what is happening. This is the true consideration of all religion. But see, if you don't get it, again, if you take this literal, you will be literally taken. What does that mean? Legally incompetent. Now it's necessary for you to become a ward of the state because we can't just let you be out here. You know, you don't get the system. You'll destroy the system. You'll get temperamental and emotional about the system, and you'll try to tear it down, and you will damage the public trust and the public peace. This is a well-oiled system that has been around for 200 plus years. And even before that in England, way back, I'm just talking about United States, 200 plus years. But this goes way back. I'm talking 12th century goes way back. I'm talking about Rome. I'm talking about then, devolving onto England and the common law systems and all that kind of stuff. But this goes way back, y'all. This is not new. You're just coming to the understanding of this now. This has always been. The United States is new to this. Only 200 something years old. Come on. This is not new. This is why we perpetuate ignorance and we perpetuate poverty. Because there are those who know that this is an ancient system and they have learned it. But most of us haven't. I'll tell you like this, as BB Productions let us know, back there's 93% of United States citizens that do not even own a corporate person or a corporation. Therefore, you don't have a legal persona or a legal mask to operate in the state. Therefore, you are considered a ward of the state and a public trust becomes necessary. Somebody else has to do your administration and estate running and all that kind of stuff for you because you don't know how to do it. That's what is going on, y'all. So don't get upset at the system that you are incorporated into. Learn how to play the game. Once you learn how to play the game, the worries, the problems, the issues, the economical issues and stresses and all that kind of stuff will start to diminish. But it's going to take a little time to set that system up, okay? So we provide those educational services, right? We don't do legal advice, but we do an educational service to the people, right? Public service. So if you're interested in that, hit us up at our email, KnowledgeWell, the number 4, the letter U, @gmail.com. Okay, and we can have a private consultation to discuss your individual needs. Copper, thank you for being here. Copper Baltoslav, I think that is. Jax, thank you for being here. Jasper, over at the TikTok channel, please hit the screen as much as you possibly can. We want to reach the goal of 10,000 to 10K. Please help us do that. We greatly appreciate it. We are live Sunday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And if you cannot see on the board here on the top TikTok channel, then simply go over to the KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel, and you can, we're live over there as well, and you can see what we're doing over here, okay? All right, so this is what is happening. The legal persona is necessary to be recognized under the artificial realm. This artificial realm incorporates things like the system of capitalism, the legal order. A state is an artificial person, which all goes under the artificial existence. Now, the reason for artificial persons, as William Blackstone states in the Commentaries of the Laws of England of 1765, all right, number one, again, perpetual existence. Number two, legal immortality, eternal life. Eternal life. You want eternal life? They found the fountain of youth. There it is. Artificial reality. AI. Artificial intelligence. That is your mark of the beast. That's what it all incorporates right there. Transhumanism. Trans means to go across. So it's a human going across into the artificial realm. That's transhumanism. That is your mark of the beast. That is your Antichrist system. That's what it is. That's why AI is now coming out. You think AI is brand new? Huh? You don't believe that the military and all those complexes and whatever were already using AI before it was released to you in public? This is not something, come on now, y'all. That's been around. If you got it, it's been around for probably 50 to 100 years prior to you even realizing it was there. You get what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? So that's what's going on. And so this is nothing new, y'all. This is just transhumanism 1.101 or 2.201, whatever. All right, it's been around for a while. And so it's just transhumanism. Again, trans, right, means to go across. That's all it means, to go across. So what is going across? Well, it's transhumanism. Huh? So that means it's a human that is going across into the artificial realm, going across, transhumanism. That's all, going into an artificial reality. Eventually, the goal is just for humans to be completely integrated into artificial existence, where essentially we will become really gods, right? Because how quick can the algorithm and the AI do computations and spit out an answer for you like that? So imagine when humanity merges with that. We will be, I mean, what will we be? That's the question. You know, you need an upload? yeah, the Matrix shows it to us all the time. That's transhumanism. And so right now, though, we're not quite there. We're probably, man, maybe 5-10 years off. Maybe. That's being generous. I don't think we're that far off. But with the Neuralink and all that kind of stuff that I guess Elon Musk is talking about, I don't think we're that far off, y'all. All right. I think they're even doing, don't quote me at this, for entertainment purposes only, I guess, on this particular point. I usually don't say entertainment. I like to do education, not entertainment. But for this statement here, I'm just playing around, y'all. It's just entertainment. But I thought I heard that they're already looking for human trials on that Neuralink thing. I could be wrong, but I'm just joking. You get what I'm saying? So anyways, that's the consideration. That's the consideration. We've been on for an hour and 28 minutes. I guess I'm going to start wrapping up because I do have our 2:30 follow-up, which is our remedy discussion. We call it Elite Com. All right. So if you're interested in joining over there, we'll be over there at 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, where we'll go in depth on remedy afforded to you legally. Right. We're talking about things that are legal, that have a legally protectable interest, that you can use law. You can be backed up by law in their application. Not all of this Treasury Direct account using, you know, cashing in on the birth certificate. None of that has legal foundation. Therefore, you cannot find remedy in that, y'all. It just doesn't work like that. And there are certain parameters and certain prerequisites, even in enacting and using trusts as well. Okay. And we talk about those things, how to do this thing the proper way from an educational standpoint. All right. Information standpoint, not legal advice, once again. All right. So I guess I'm going to leave off with this right here. This is a lot to chew on right here alone. If you like this type of information, you can go over to our KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel, and you can go through the archives while it's still up, and you can see I go in at length proving these. What I don't want to say theory, because it's not a theory. This is actual fact in the way that they created the system and why they did the things that they did. But my sources are over on my KnowledgeWell Media YouTube channel. So if you're interested in furtherance of your education on this vein and then incorporating these elements, then please go over and peruse through as much at your leisure. There's no charge for it. Do what you do. If you have any questions, hit us up at our KnowledgeWell, the number 4, the letter U, @gmail.com, and you can contact me directly there. All right. With that being said, I think I've said more than 10 mouthfuls. I'm going to prepare to get on off of here. Again, we do have our 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time Elite Com, where we're going to discuss remedy. If you're interested in that, join us at our KnowledgeWell, the number 4, the letter U, @gmail.com. That's KnowledgeWell, the number 4, the letter U, @gmail.com. If you're interested in joining us over there, it is free of charge for now. All right. Value is defined as the amount that you are willing to pay for something. So hopefully you have found value in what we are demonstrating and talking about today. If you do, please feel free to support us through donations at $AmericanConsulate. That's $AmericanConsulate. That is our Cash App. If you value what you learned here today and you would like to know more and you find value in that, please support us in that way to keep us on the air. We greatly appreciate that. Whew. Okay. Let's see the comment section over here at KnowledgeWell Media. Kimberly Miller says the birth certificate isn't ours to do anything with. Yes, you are correct, and to a certain extent, you are correct in that you are in the custody of the birth certificate, right? And so therefore you are a custodian of it. And so as a custodian's job is like a custodian. Remember the custodian at school? What was the custodian's job? What was he or her? What was she or he doing? Cleaning things, making sure the utility closet was clean, cleaning up spills. You know, people defecate, whatever. You know, I remember getting sick, and I have those memories. But anyways, and so it was a custodian's job to do that, to make sure that the sink is working properly and whatever. The point is that the custodian is in custodianship of the keys and the instrumentalities necessary to maintain the property, to keep it in working order. Likewise, you as the custodian of the birth certificate, the legal personality, the mask of state, have a duty as a custodian, just like your parents have a duty as a custodian of you, to care for your interests and your needs, make sure you're well fed, 2,000 calorie diet per day, that type of deal, right? That's the job of the custodian, to maintain and somewhat administer under a trustee. Yes. All right. So wait a minute. Let's refresh this here. Refresh. All right. I got to validate TikTok before they cut me off here. All right. Verification complete. We are back. All right. Thank you for being here, TikTok. Thank you for hitting that screen. We are at 8.1. If we can get to 10,000 likes on TikTok, that'd be greatly appreciated. Do what you can. I'll tap a little bit here myself. We need to get to 10,000. Let's at least get to 10,000. Last time we did about 30,000. Really appreciate that performance. You know, unfortunately, we lost everything because I got a strike against me for driving while doing a live. Lesson learned. I did not know that. I usually like to cruise around, but I guess they say it's dangerous. Yeah, it can be dangerous. I agree with that. I'll do my best, you know, to whatever. But with any, like I said, yes, you are correct though, Kimberly. The birth certificate is actually a state document. It is a state contract. The child on that document that they refer to as the child is actually the child of the state. The state is the parents patri, however you say it, meaning the father of the child. and that child is a legal construct. For certain, for sure, I can prove that to you, hands up or down, whichever way you would prefer. So you are correct. BB Production says the birth certificate is a tool. Learn how to use it properly. Equal empowerment. Absolutely. Kimberly Miller over at our KnowledgeWell platform says, for me, I let them take care of their creation. Yeah. And we've been discussing that. But yes, absolutely. You know, well, we do have an obligation. As citizens, you do have an obligation. They even stated that's in the contract clearly, right? You obtain what are known as civil rights and political rights, but it says you also have legal duties and obligations, all right? And so as the custodian of the state's property, you have a duty, all right? If I loan you my automobile, right, or in trust or what have you, and I'm going to make sure I let you know what the rules are. And you may agree or disagree. But if you agree to borrow the automobile, I'm going to tell you, please put premium fuel in there. Please air up the tires when necessary. See, it's in your custodianship. So you do have obligations. And so with that being said, yes, you care. You should care for their creation, right? You don't want to be found negligent in it. So you do care for their creation. But you also realize this distinction that I've made today, that what is natural stays on the natural side, what is legal, artificial stays on the other side. Keep those things set. Remember the song? You got to keep them separated. Keep them separated. Joseph Henson says, Sue TikTok, you were traveling, not driving. Sure. That's going to work. Yeah. But I get your point, though, Joseph. I like your sense of humor. You got a good sense of humor. Huma. BB Production says 100. Okay, so it's 12:55 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm gonna go grab a bite to eat before we get going on our 2:30 remedy discussion. Take a little break in between. You are fully welcome to come and join us, our TikTok family included. But you must express interest over at our email, KnowledgeWell, the number 4, the letter U @gmail.com. And hopefully we will see you over there. All right. Thank you all for your support, your love, your consideration. And please apply these things responsibly and do them legally and lawfully. All right. You don't have to work without the parameters of the system. Work within the parameters of the system and you will do quite well. You won't have to worry about anybody looking over your shoulder all the time either. There really is no way to cheat this because there's plenty of remedy. There's plenty of avenues, okay, legally protectable interest that you can use. All right. If you need help with that, once again, hit us up at KnowledgeWell, the number 4, the letter U @gmail.com. All right. And we'll set you up with a private consultation. With that being said, I think we have met out the 30-minute requirement to be credited here at TikTok. We do have just a few more moments here on TikTok for you to help us reach our 10,000 likes. Please hit that screen vigorously. We're at 8.6. We need 1.4. We can do it. Keep tapping. Let's get to 10,000 likes real quick. As far as my KnowledgeWellians, my KnowledgeWell family, I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you all over at the EliteCom media discussion. We'll send a Zoom link to all those that express interest. Okay, so TikTok has just let me know you've gone live for 90 minutes. Congratulations. Okay, so we've met that. We're at 8.8. We're almost there. Everybody hit the screen, tap the screen. Please get us to 10,000 likes before we end our TikTok stream. And please join us over for our EliteCom discussion. If you are serious about your economic education and looking for the remedies for educational purposes only, feel free to join us over there by coming to the KnowledgeWell for you @gmail.com. KnowledgeWell, the number 4, the letter U @gmail.com. Express your interest and wanted to join us over at our EliteCom discussion by Zoom, and we will send you the link. All right. KnowledgeWell for you @gmail.com. 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time today. Greatly appreciate you. We're here every Sunday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Please show your love and your support. Please donate to us at our Cash App, which is $AmericanConsulate. We are at 10K. We need 1K more. Everybody, tap that screen vigorously. We greatly appreciate you. KnowledgeWell, I'm going to end you in the YouTube feed. Greatly appreciate you for being here and your support as always. We will see you back here, if not sooner, Sunday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Make it a great day. Greatly appreciate you. Peace. We greatly appreciate you for being here. Oh, I forgot to kill the feed.